Hey everybody, Blugoblin here for my latest Midtown Comics stash, here for my blugoblinX channel. I want to thank y'all for joining me. I wanted to get this done a long time ago, but I'm still battling the effects of a cold, and here the past few days my voice was going in and out and in and out and in and out. There have been a couple of days where I couldn't speak at all, and I'm struggling to keep my voice right now, so I'm going to try and get this done. I got a stack of books here, and now keep in mind, a lot of these books have been out for a long time, but I'm still going to be true to myself and review these with minor spoilers at the best, unless I warn you ahead of time and I'm going to spoil the hell out of the book. A couple of DC, a lot of indies, and a lot of Marvel. And I want to give a special shout out and a big thank you to my bro Chris, TheMtVernonKid, for sending me these books from Midtown Comics. So we're going to get started with DC. We're going to start off with Batman Europa #1 of 4. Caselli, Azzarello, and Camuncoli doing the work here for the first issue. This was really good. This felt like a traditional issue of Detective Comics where you got, Batman tracing a disease that's infected him and, doing his usual stuff, but he's off to Europe, to find out more about it, and that's where he runs into the Joker. Lots of cool stuff happens in here. I'm not going to give everything away, still being true to myself in here, but this was really good. I loved the writing. The artwork in this was fantastic. It was gritty. It felt like a honest-to-God, true-to-heart Batman comic book. And that cliffhanger involving Batman and the Joker just blew me away. Really good. Solid book. I really enjoyed it. Alright, let's move on to Titan's Hunt #2. Dan Abnett. Guy really knows his stuff when it comes to writing. This was actually really good. It's good to see that DC's touching on the fact that, the lineup of Teen Titans that they have for the new 52 universe, there was a team of Teen Titans before that one. And it's nice to see that they're putting all the pieces together to, discussing who this particular team up was. And it focuses mainly on Dick Grayson, Roy Harper, and Aqualad. Garth, the former Aqualad. Excuse me. But in here, there was a really good scene with Dick and Alfred in the Batcave. That was a great scene. Roy is in deep shit with the police force, and he's drinking really heavily. And by the end of the issue, we see Dick trying to talk some sense into Garth. Meanwhile, Roy's hearing voices in his head, and we got some other characters in here doing their own stuff in here. But the main selling point for me was Dick Grayson and his scene with Alfred and his scene with Aqualad at the end. You can call him Garth and everything. I've always known him as Aqualad. But his scene with Aqualad at the end of the issue was really good, and that last page got me. I hope Chris sends me the rest of the series, but this was good. This was really good. Fantastic read. I really enjoyed it. Alright, moving on to... I didn't see the... Oh, this is Dark Horse. Okay. Pardon that. This is Dark Horse. Issue 1 of Barbed Wire. Barbed Wire Volume 2, Number 1. This is the Adam Hughes cover. I really like that cover. There was just, this was alright. This actually wasn't bad. And I'm thankful that, and I'm sorry, but anytime I see the character Barbed Wire, I instantly think of Pamela Anderson because of that movie. And I know, some of you might like that, some of you might not. I myself am on the latter group. I don't like the fact that this makes me think of Pamela Anderson, because the character I see in here comes off, no offense to Pam, but comes off a lot more intelligent than Pamela Anderson. But this was good. This was a fun read. I enjoyed it. It's nice to see, this is supposedly an R-rated, storyline, but it's not too over the top with it. It kind of looks like a cheesy 90s R-rated movie just without any nudity in it. It just seems like that. It just came off like a cheesy 90s action flick, but a good one. One of those goofy action movies that you can't help but enjoy, even though yeah, it is what it is. This was fun. I dug it. It was good. Not much else to say. Alright, we're going to back to DC with Vertigo. This is issue 2 of Clean Room. Oh my god. Gail Simone. This was trippy. This was weird. Gail, you must have been in one hell of a wacky mood writing this. I mean, this is by far Gail, if you're watching this, I mean this is a compliment, but this is some of the weirdest stuff. This is some of the weirdest stuff that you've been writing here. But this is actually really entertaining. It's, you would think storytelling like this would be kind of hard to follow, but for me it was quite easy to follow. It's just trippy and it's just weird, but it's trippy and weird in a good way. It's trippy and weird detective style storytelling. It's good stuff. Lots of holy shit moments in here. And that's what sells the book. This was good. The artwork was great. Of course, it's Gail Simone. Of course, the writing was great. Fantastic stuff. I liked it. Really did. Okay, we're going to Dynamite with The Shadow, number 1. Cullen Bunn, Giovanni Timpano. Ooh. This is good stuff. I mean, Cullen Bunn. What a fantastic writer. This was good. This was fun. This was great. The main focus is the Shadow versus, corrupt organizations that deal mostly with magicians, escape artists, con artists, and stuff like that. This was great. I love this character. I mean, I collect his comics that much, and, I'm only keeping up with him through my bro, Chris. But this was great. This was fun. I dug it, and I like how, I love that old school nostalgic look to the Shadow and how he intimidates criminals and con artists and stuff like that. And it's like, wherever you go, the Shadow will know. That was just great. I dug that. Just really good corruption style storytelling along with, this character. This was a great read. I really enjoyed this one. Sticking with Dynamite, we're going to The Spirit, number 1. Will Eisner. Will Eisner's The Spirit. You got Matt Wagner, Dan Shakade, and Brendan Wagner. I mean, it's just really good. This was amazing. This was amazingly fun. It's trying to tell a serious story, but the way the artwork is done and the way the storytelling and the pacing is done, it really feels pulpy, nostalgic, and I loved this. This was good. And I like how they're building up the Spirit as more of a excuse me, as more of a myth. Since his last sighting, it's like, is the Spirit alive? Is he dead? Did he disappear? There's this sort of mythological aura about him. when people talk about him and stuff like that. This was really good. I love this style of storytelling. I like the artwork in here. It looked classic. It really did. It looked pulp, like comics out of the newspaper classic. It just felt really awesome. This was good. Awesome read. I really enjoyed it. All right, we're starting off Marvel with The Astonishing AntMan #2. I read the first issue off my tablet, and I thought it was good. In here, Scott Lang is doing everything he can to be, to better himself. And one of the toughest things he's done is completely shut out his daughter, Cassie. He keeps tabs on her. She doesn't know it. She's not aware of it. She thinks that he's abandoned her. But, he's got that cliche mentality of, keep her out of his affairs to protect her, stuff like that. But anytime she has a game or a dance or anything, he shrinks down to the size of an ant and he finds a way to go in there and see her. He may not be a part of her life that much anymore, but at least he's keeping tabs on her. At least he's keeping track on what she's doing, so he can, be the dad to still see her grow up and stuff like that. That was cool. But the main selling point of this issue was his reuniting with Miss Thing. Now, I didn't read the FF series where these two hooked up or anything like that, so it was kind of tough to get emotionally invested in this particular story, but there was enough exposition to get me to care. This was good. A nice, solid read. I really enjoyed it. Not much else to say. It was a fun read. This was pure fun. Excuse me. We're going to Sam Wilson, Captain America #3. The first 2 issues have been dealing with, people are, have turned their backs on Captain America. Well, I wouldn't really say that. It's like, propaganda media has portrayed Sam as this, I don't even want to say traitor, but in here we get to see some crazy warped quack of a doctor, and this cover is legit. He is Cap Wolf, and Misty Knight finds him. Luckily, he has this outward look, but he's still, in here, he's still Sam. And Misty, all throughout the issue, just letting him have it with all the bad jokes and the bad puns and everything. That was great stuff. And Sam, despite looking like a werewolf, he's still one hell of a fighter. And it continues to go on throughout the whole issue, and it culminates with him getting fleas and stuff. This was good. This was a great issue. I loved it. All right, moving on to New Avengers #3. Another good series. This isn't really capturing me as much as I think it should be. The main point of this issue is a fleet of Skrulls is invading, and one of their key goals is to find their new ruler and everything. And they believe they have found it in Hulkling. And long story short, minor spoiler here, by the end of the issue, it seems they have found their new ruler. And the way they find... Man, that last page was so cliche. So cliche. He gets this ancient sword, and oh gee, never seen this in any style of storytelling. He's able to wield this sword, and that makes him the ruler. Oh my god. Seriously. And the artwork, I'm still not completely sold on the artwork. It still looks really anime-ish, and I just don't feel it on this book. But the storytelling was good for what it was. I still dug it. Alright. Spider-Woman #1. Oh, Hopeless and Rodriguez. Just, wow, this was good. How do you write a story, or how do you write a series where the main character, the title character, can't really do that much because she's pregnant? How do you do it? They found a way to tell a story, and it does work. This is basically the introductory to this angle of, Jessica taking a back seat and hauling it back a little bit due to the fact that she is pregnant. And it's like, at the very beginning stages of her maternity leave, it's like, I think she's like 5 days into her maternity leave, and she already can't stand being away from hero duty. And she has like this beginning of maternity leave, like, party and everything. And the scene with Iron Man, that was great. Apparently it's none of Tony's business. That was great. I fucking loved that scene. That was great. But Jessica's got to adapt to taking it back and letting her associates do all the heavy stuff while she still tries to do what she can, but not bad. Chris knew I probably was going to pass on this because I didn't think a story could be told with the main character being pregnant. It's like, how can you write a superhero book when the main superhero really can't do that much? But I'll be damned, Hopeless and Rodriguez, they found a way to do it. And so far for an introductory to this angle, I really dug it. This was good. And apparently I stacked these out of order. We're going to, I don't know what the name of that. I'm going to have to take this one out of the bag because this is One First Comics. And this is issue 1 of 6 of Zen Intergalactic Ninja. Yeah. Steve Stern, Marat Michaels. This was actually really good. It's like, I really do hate to use this term, but it is honestly a good way to describe it. Picture Batman in outer space. Instead of protecting Gotham, he protects space, yet at the same time he's also a mercenary. So picture Batman kind of being like Deadpool, just without the silliness. And there you go. But this is good. I like this character. I like his attitude. I like his development. It seems to work. It's really good. The artwork is actually really good. A little cartoony, but I dug it. I thought it was good. And really good storytelling. I really don't have very many complaints about it. I'm not just saying that because, somebody else gave me this book. I really dug this. I really appreciate it. And I like the fact that this guy's, this guy's butler / partner, when he goes up to his base and everything, they don't get along hardly at all. And I think it's a good addition to this style of storytelling. It was good. I really liked it. I'll look forward to more. For now, it's going back in the bag. And we're going to end this video with probably my favorite read out of this whole stack. Uncanny Inhumans number 2. Oh, now I did read Uncanny Inhumans number 1 off my tablet through Digital Comics, and that issue was good. A good start. In this, oh wow. The first issue ended with Black Bolt walking in on Medusa and Johnny Storm, and in here we get to find out what's going on with Black Bolt, why he's come back to Medusa. And in here we see the best moment of this book was Black Bolt using sign language to tell Johnny in his own way, because remember, Black Bolt can't say anything, unless he wants to level the planet. He's basically using sign language to tell Johnny Storm, it's like, hey, I still love Medusa, so treat her fairly. And he sees a flame, he sees a candle or a flame right next to him, and he looks at Johnny and makes Johnny look at, he puts his hand on the flame and goes, psst. And I went, oh. It's like Black Bolt basically told the Human Torch, be good to her or I'm going to fuck you up. That was great. That was the best moment of the book. Just, wow. But yeah, but what really helps this is Steve McNiven's artwork. My God! Steve McNiven's artwork is just fucking incredible. And Charles Soule does a good job with the writing. But, yeah, this is where we see the true beginning of Kang's plan, you know, going back in time and just wiping out stuff involving the Inhumans. And we actually see that happening right in front of us. You know, they're at Black Bolt, Medusa, Johnny Storm, Beast, and a lot of other people, a lot of the other Inhumans, they're at this, like, intergalactic meeting and everything, and people start disappearing. And Beast is unaffected by this. And he looks and says, hey, where'd he go? And they're like, where'd who go? It's like they disappear, and also the memories of them existing disappears to the other people. So they like construct this time bubble, and as long as they stay in there, everything up here is perfectly fine. But once they step out of it, their memories are going to change. And we see that again with Johnny. But this was good stuff. I mean, and the cliffhanger at the end it involves Black Bolt and Medusa's son. And woo! Nice. This was an awesome read. I really dug this. Just a fucking fantastic book. I can't wait to see more. That is if Chris is willing to keep on sending this to me. But this was just fantastic. I loved this book. This was amazing. I do recommend this. Uncanny Inhumans #2. Well, that's all for this review, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please subscribe to this channel, blugoblinX. Don't forget my main channel, where I do my main comic book reviews. I also did a Deadpool movie review. Go check that out. Much love to my bro, TheMtVernonKid. Thank you. And thanks to Midtown Comics as well for supplying the books. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Groot. And I'll see y'all later.